What's the next big thing right now that I want to talk to you about for a few moments, and that is social storytelling. How it's evolving how we tell stories, how Hollywood, how brands, how technology companies are evolving, how they communicate to their audience.
Tech futurist Laurie Schwartz.
We couldn't think of a better person to help us lead the conversation.
Former head of technology at McCann World
Managing
Group.
partner, Storytech.
Please give a warm welcome to Miss Laurie Schwartz.
Have any of you seen the Lizzie Bennet Diaries? Lizzie, one of you. All right, you'll get something at the end of today. I don't know what it is. All right, well, this is actually an Emmy award-winning web series, but the unique thing about Lizzie Bennet Diaries is that it wasn't told linearly. And because of that, it fostered unique business models and monetization. So they actually sold the clothing that the characters wore, and they pushed them on YouTube to ModCloth. And because there was such huge fan engagement around this show, and a very targeted audience, millennial women, they actually fundraised a DVD series of all the content for it afterwards, and it immediately sold out. But the brand was actually a character in the show because all the characters were using these devices to tell their story. So some of you remember this famous episode where Kirk was literally split into two, and the two of them were fighting with each other throughout this episode with great lighting and a lot of fantastic under-eye makeup for William Shatner. But this is really showing these two halves of who we are, that analytical side and that creative side, and they just really, in the end, they could not survive apart. How many of you have a toddler and you watch that right brain just go wacky every morning? So we are actually born to have these two parts of our own personalities. We think like these. In the end, James Kirk got back with his two halves, got back on that transporter. How many of you have transported lately? How many of you had your atoms shuffled around and then put back together? Yeah, you have. I can recognize your face. You look like you were just transported. I have my Pebble watch, and I actually track my steps every day. And it actually is informing me a lot about how I'm doing that day. I'm trying to make 10,000 steps every day. Generally, I'm doing about 7,000, so at the end of the day, I have yet another thing to feel bad about. Woo! Anyway, but wearables are going to be a really important part of, I think, a marketer's opportunity to explore reaching a consumer. And we are in such early days. The big question is, what do we do about wearables as marketers?
I just completely respect Laurie as the trends maven because she keeps the clients ahead of you have to know what to anticipate.
It's
you
exhausting.
anticipate.